So it is Wednesday, October 14th. We're still looking at smaphoria, figurative language, literary devices, similes, metaphors, alliteration, personification, hyperbole, onomatopoeia, repetition, idiom, allusion. So we're going to start with the S in smaphoria, which stands for similes. Similes are sentences that are comparing two objects, and during the comparison, they're using like or as. So here's some examples I'm going to read to you and point out the similes. The clock struck midnight and the sky was as black as ink. Okay, this is your simile part of this sentence. The sky is being compared to ink. It was as black as ink. Similes always use like or as, so look for those words. Number 2, the new couch was as big as a bus and could hardly fit inside their small living room. Okay, the new couch was as big as a bus. That's the simile part of the sentence. You're using as again. You're comparing couch to a bus. Okay. Number 3, she forgot her glasses and felt as blind as a bat, so she had difficulty reading. Okay, felt as blind as a bat. Okay, you're comparing she, whoever she is, to a bat because she was blind like a bat. Using as again, that's the simile part of your sentence. She forgot her homework 4 days in a row and felt as flaky as a snowstorm. Okay, felt as flaky as a snowstorm. Snowstorm is being compared to the girl. Okay. Number 5, after getting all the questions correct on her test, she felt as wise as an owl. She, okay, is being compared to an owl. Okay. And number 6, the snobby and conceited girl treated everyone badly and was as cold as ice. Okay. She was like ice. Okay, that's the simile. So I'm going to actually change a couple of these using the word like. Okay. The couch was like a bus. Same concept. You're comparing the couch to a bus, but we're using like. It's still a simile. Okay. She forgot her glasses and felt like a bat. She is still being compared to a bat. Okay. And you're using like, which means it's still a simile. Okay. All right, let's move on to the M in smaphoria, which is metaphors. Same thing as a simile, but you're not using like or as. You're still comparing two things, but you're not using like or as. Okay. Their mom was the rock of the family. Okay. They did not say their mom was like the rock of the family. They compared mom and rock, but they just said that's what she was. She was the rock of the family. Okay, and what that means is she was like the strong person in the family. Number 2, the ship was a tiger rowing through the water. What was the ship? The ship was a tiger. Is the ship really a tiger? No, you're comparing the ship to being a tiger because it's roaring through the water. It's going really fast. Okay, that's why it's figurative language. The ship is not really a tiger. But this is not using like or as. You're comparing the ship to being a tiger. Okay. The airplane was an elephant running on the runway. The airplane is being compared to an elephant, but you're not using like or as, so this is a metaphor. It said the airplane was an elephant. That means it's really going fast down the runway. It's stumbling, it's big, it's heavy. Number 4, the girl was a kitten to the new baby. The girl's being compared to being a kitten. Not using like or as, but you're still comparing the girl to a kitten. Number 5, time was a thief to me this year. You're comparing time to a thief. Not using like or as, you're just saying that time is a thief or was a thief. Number 6, her life was a rainbow of experiences. Her life is being compared to a rainbow. Okay. Again, not using like or as. It's not a simile. Just stating that her life is a rainbow. Okay. That's metaphors and similes. They're very similar to each other, but similes use like or as. Metaphors do not. Alliteration. This is when you have the same sound at the beginning of words in a sentence. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. The S sound at the beginning of each of these words contributes to alliteration. Number 2, live, love, laugh. The L sound at the beginning of each of these words makes it alliteration. Okay, it's the sound at the beginning of the word that's similar. You see a lot of alliteration when you see names of stores or businesses. Sometimes they use alliteration like I just went blank. Bob's Body Shop. I mean, he wants to use the B sound because he has a body shop. I don't know. I'll have to think of some more examples and share them with you later. Okay, allusion. This should really be the A at the end. I'm not really sure why it's here. In fact, I'm going to move it down because I can. Okay, so after alliteration, the next letter is a P, so we have personification. Yesterday I showed you if you look at that root word, person, you're making inanimate objects be like a person. Inanimate means that they are not real. They're not living. So like, for example, if I said my table talks to me when it's overloaded. Can the table really talk? No, it cannot talk. I'm giving it human qualities, but it's not a human, okay? All right, so the stars danced in the night sky. Stars can really not dance. That just means they twinkled, they moved, you could see them. That's what it means. Number 2, the old and tattered house looked depressed. Can a house look depressed? I mean, only humans are depressed. So I'm thinking that it just looked sad. Okay, it looked kind of bad. It needed some work. That's what I think. Number 3, the wind howled during the rainstorm. The only thing I know that can howl is a coyote or a dog. I don't think the wind can howl. It may sound like it as it's, blowing in a storm, but the wind cannot really howl per se. Number 4, time flies when you're having a great time. Time cannot literally fly like a bird. It goes by quickly, but it's not really flying like a bird. Okay, that's personification. To me, that's one of the easiest of the literary devices because you just figure out that it's giving an object human qualities, like a person. That's why you can remember personification. H in Smophoria, here's the H now, is hyperbole. Hyperbole. This is when you exaggerate things. Okay, and 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, middle schoolers love to exaggerate things. Question 1, my backpack weighs a ton with all of my books in it. Your backpack really cannot weigh a ton. That would be 2,000 pounds. That's really not physically possible for anyone to hold. Okay. Number 2, my homework list was miles long. Could your homework list really be miles long? No, it's a couple miles from, the school down to Sonic, but it's not, your homework list is not that long, so that's exaggerating. It's just saying that it's really long and you have a lot to do. Number 3, the alarm clock could be heard around the world. It was so loud. Can your alarm clock really be heard around the world? No, that's exaggerating. You're just saying how loud it is. Number 4, the class was never ending. Yes, your class will end at some point. Your class will end at some point. Everything has an end. So that's an exaggeration. It just means that it seems really long. Maybe someone's bored. I don't know. Number 5, I could eat every hamburger on this planet. That's really not possible. It's not physically possible. No one can eat every hamburger on the planet. That just says how hungry you are and how much you like hamburgers. Number 6, the pile of garbage reached the sky. Again, there's not that much garbage where it reaches the full sky up above. That's an exaggeration. That just means there's a lot of garbage. Okay. On to the word onomatopoeia. These are sound words. Buzz, swoosh, woof. These are all words that make a sound. So that's why it's onomatopoeia. I just love the word onomatopoeia. It's a fun word. And you see these a lot in maybe graphic novels, pow, bang, even in picture books. That's onomatopoeia. The R in Smophoria is repetition, okay, when things repeat. In songs, a lot of the choruses repeat themselves. They're trying to make a point. This one's self-explanatory. If things keep repeating themselves, the author's making a point. That's a literary device. Idiom, I in Smophoria. If someone says to you, a taste of your own medicine, that means a lesson where other people treat you the same way you treat them in order to teach you that you were acting badly. I've heard that before. I'm going to give you a dose of your own medicine, taste of your own medicine, see what it feels like. That's an idiom. Kind of like a catchphrase, a play on words. Back to the drawing board, that means they got to figure out a new solution to a problem. You're not really going to a board to draw something. You're just saying that you're going to start over. Break a leg means do a great job. Anytime that we had someone singing or dancing or acting, we would say break a leg. That just means good luck. The early bird gets the worm. Whoever arrives first has the best chance of success. That's what that means. And there might be some other ones that you can think of that have been said to you or that you've read or you've heard. Those are idioms. And lastly, the last A in Smophoria is allusion. When you allude to something in text that other people are aware of. When she lost her job, she acted like a Scrooge and refused to buy anything that wasn't necessary. This is referring to Scrooge. You read the story. You heard the story of Scrooge around Christmas time. That's what it's alluding to. He was a real Romeo with the ladies. Famous story, Romeo and Juliet. So that's why they use the word Romeo. Number 3, I was surprised his nose was not growing like Pinocchio's. We know Pinocchio's nose grows when he lies. So that's what they're trying to allude to. So anytime you're referencing another story or character that most people know about, that's an allusion. Okay, so this is another lesson over Smophoria and these literary devices. I'm going to attach this. This PowerPoint's attached so you can read it again or look at it again. And I'm going to attach the same sheet that I attached yesterday with the chart. So now you've seen it a couple of different ways and you've heard me explain it a couple of different ways. So tomorrow we'll be doing some practice, so identifying these. Have a great day, and you have nothing to turn in today. So we'll talk to you later.